All right, Chairman.
Thank you. Good afternoon. The Board of Adjustment is now in session. My name is Anthony Robinson, and I will be chairing today's meeting. Attending today's virtual meeting are board members Mona Parsley, Mel DeSimone, and Joe Klitzing. Also in attendance for the city is Mary Hart Burton, Zoning Administrator for the city, Evan Winkler, Community Development Planner for the city, and who also will be representing the city in the cases we are hearing today. Andrea Gutierrez, Lead Zoning Specialist. Our attorney for the board is Archer Mellon, and our court reporter today is Laura Stewart. Today we will be hearing 4 cases. First, we will hear from the city's representative, who will explain why the permit could not be issued. Next, we will hear from the applicant and or their representative of the project. Then we will hear from those in favor of the appeal and then from those opposed. Please be concise, as testimony will be limited to 3 minutes per person. When you come online via video or telephone, please wait to be sworn in by the court reporter and then state your name and mailing address. To ensure proper records for our court reporter, we ask that those online or by telephone please to remain on mute. Following testimony on all of today's cases, the board will go into its deliberative portion of the hearing, at which time we will vote on all cases heard. The board will notify each applicant and or their representative of its decision by mail in about 2 weeks. You're welcome to remain during our deliberations. However, we will not hear additional testimony at that time. You may also call the lead zoning specialist, Drea, tomorrow at 314-622-3666 to learn the outcome of your appeal. Again, the number is 314-622-3666. Drea, can you please read appeal number 20583?
Appeal number 20583, 2906 Ohio Avenue.
Swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I do.
Oh, Mona, I'll go first, all right? Good afternoon, board members. My name is Evan Winkler, Community Development Planner for the City of St. Louis. And I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to operate a coffee and tea manufacturing business at 2906 Ohio Avenue. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the said property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. The basis for denial of doing business as Mommy and Me Coffee and Tea concerning the building commissioner's refusal to issue an occupancy permit authorizing the petitioner to operate a manufacturing at 2906 Ohio Avenue in city block number 1994.00 is as follows. The present zoning for this address is D, multiple family dwelling district. The intent of the applicable zoning provisions are to conserve the values of property throughout the city of St. Louis and protect the character and stability of residential business and industrial areas. It's also to regulate and restrict the location and use of buildings, structures, and land for trade, industry, residence, and other uses, and to regulate and restrict the intensity of such uses. The applicable zoning code provisions are section 26.16.010, uses are prohibited. Also section 26.32.020S, use regulations and conditional use summary. Section 26.32.020 and or 26.32.025. The use regulations and the conditional uses of the D multiple family dwelling district do not allow the appellant's proposal as stated above. Evidence of lawful nonconformity has not been presented. So in summary, the applicant's applying for their occupancy permit. They plan to operate a coffee and tea manufacturing business. However, manufacturing is not a permitted use in the D district. Therefore, a use variance is required prior to approval. The City of St. Louis Planning and Urban Design Agency states that the 2025 Strategic Land Use Plan identifies this as a medium intensity neighborhood district. And these are areas described in the city that are primarily residential, pedestrian friendly, and close to neighborhood assets. These areas allow limited scale manufacturing when it is integrated into the surrounding context of the neighborhood. A small use like this is an ideal complement to a medium intensity neighborhood, which would seek the economic diversity and resiliency that comes with a range of commercial uses. Considering the property's location on the interior of a block as opposed to a street corner, care must be given to the surrounding residents. The board should consider the timing and number of delivery vehicles or encourage appropriate screening on adjacent parking lots. This is also located in the Jefferson or Gravois Jefferson Historic Neighborhood Plan. The neighborhood plan does not have a specific recommendation for the site, though the planned use in general is in keeping with the community goal number 2 of the plan, which states that it will foster a favorable investment environment for the area that retains, expands, and attracts quality businesses and serves as a center for job generation that supports economic mobility. Therefore, planning staff finds the request of appeal number 20583 is in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan. Are there any questions at this time from the board?
Okay.
Chairman, did you say something that froze up?
I was saying let's get Mona sworn in now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mona, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay. Can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Mona Bryant. My address is 2906 Ohio.
Okay. Go ahead with your testimony.
I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to be saying or doing.
Tell us what you would like to do.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I thought it would be okay to have Mommy T to gain access to the church and let the neighborhood and the people know about the church, as well as camaraderie. No, it's a safe place, a safe haven, and we've been working on the church as normal, doing different things. Right now, I'm displaced with my address because I had to move out, so I'm late in doing work on the church to beautify it on the outside. So I'm just asking for some time because I had to move in 30 days. That's all they gave us was 30 days to move. And so it's been an inconvenience on going back and forth with the church at hand. So I would like to, for the Mommy and T thing, but to be there. If not, it's well, I'll move on.
Mona, do you own the ground for the coffee and tea maker?
I can't hear you.
Do you own the property?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What, if you were to open, what would be your hours of operation?
Probably 8 to 4:30, something like that.
7 days a week or?
5.
Okay, Monday through Friday?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many employees do you think you'll have?
3, about 3.
Okay. You will have a commercial dumpster, correct?
No, sir.
What about the refuse you have from the tea and coffee making?
Say that again.
What would you do with the refuse you have from making the coffee and tea?
Oh, it's donations to the churches and stuff.
No,
Bills.
no. What I'm saying is, what are you going to do with the trash that you have left over once you do your product?
Oh, it's not a whole lot of trash. We have containers that the tea comes in. So it's just the mixing, it's just regular paper, going out to the dumpster. It's just
There's the problem. A business doesn't pay for the dumpsters that the city provides.
oh, okay. I got you. I
So
got you.
you'd need to have a commercial dumpster contract of some sort.
Okay.
You can
Okay.
get a small rollout dumpster. I mean, it's not like you have to buy a 4 by 6 foot dumpster or
Okay.
anything like
Okay.
that. Okay.
Yes.
Um, I had the pleasure of living above a Domino's, not living, but working above a Domino's. And the first week, hey, it was tasty. But about the fourth week, you're going, oh my God, it
Right.
smells. What about the aroma that's put off by roasting the coffee? Is there anything, do you know, is it going to put out much
No,
aroma?
not gonna put out any aroma.
Okay.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Those are my questions.
Question. Will you be roasting coffee on site?
No, ma'am.
Ah.
It, it's not um it's not anything. Um
I'm sorry, I'm confused. It's not what?
it's oh, okay. I gotta move. I gotta move. It's a testing room. I didn't know it was a testing room. I'm sorry. No, it's not coffee. It's tea. It's all tea.
I thought the name of the company was Mommy and Me Coffee and Tea. Is that right? Is that not right?
I think that is the but it's not tea. It's in tea bags. I mean, the coffee is in tea bag. There's not an aroma though, because we tried it out. There's no aroma at all.
So Mona, I think we need more clarity on what the business is.
Are you are you getting already cooked roasted beans, or are you going to roast beans there?
Roast beans there.
So you are going to roast beans, so you're going to have a roaster, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I roast beans, it will put out an odor. I know that for a fact because I do that. Okay. So our question is, how big of a roast are you going to have? How many pounds of coffee you're going to be making, and what are you going to do with the odor that comes from roasting the beans?
Okay. I didn't know it had a odor.
Oh yeah, it does.
Okay. So I'll have to get with her to see. That's what I said. I didn't know what the this meeting in detail. I I didn't know. I just came on because I had another meeting to go to.
Would you like some time to go get all that information and come back if we maybe table this for a couple of weeks and let you get all that information and come back so you're better prepared?
Yes, sir. Can I do
Right.
that?
Sure.
Can I ask a question of you, Mona?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Bryant, who is Trinetta Franks, who's listed on the application?
A friend of mine.
And are you like co-owners of this business operation?
I'm just doing her a favor, trying to get a business off.
Is she the owner of the business?
Yes, sir, ma'am.
Do you have any ownership in the business?
No, ma'am.
You own the building though.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're leasing the building to Trinetta.
Yes, ma'am.
Is Trinetta here with us today?
I don't think she is. I don't know. I just seen what I had.
Okay, next time bring her.
Okay.
May I ask one more question? So you're going to do this. You own the building, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're saying you have some issues with the building itself, apparently. It'd be best if you got all those straightened out, but you also need to have, like Mona said, you probably need best to have her so she can answer all these questions because I think these are pertinent questions to the business that we would have to consider to really go forward with this.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other board members have any questions? Um, hmm. Um, let's see. Mary, perhaps, or Archer, shall we continue to take testimony, or can we?
Sure. Yes, you'll need to take testimony from anyone who appeared today and wants to testify, and then you can consider the request for a continuance in deliberation since you took testimony today.
Okay, thank you.
Anthony, can I
Yes.
ask Mona, have you talked to the alderperson or the neighborhood organization? Have you talked to the neighborhood organization or the alderperson yet?
No, no, sir.
I would suggest strongly that for the next time around, you've talked to them and let them know what you're doing, and that they'll give you a pretty good indication of what's going on. Okay,
Yes, sir.
that's all, Tony. I'm sorry.
No problem. Okay. Is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal? Okay. Is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Okay, hearing none, I will enter into the record exhibits, certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of denial, meeting notice letter, city journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, and a memo from planning and urban design. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. Drea, can you read appeal number 11947?
Appeal number 11947, 4536 Evans Avenue.
Swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Twitty, I'll go first, all right?
Okay.
Again, good afternoon, board members. My name is Evan Winkler, Community Development Planner for the City of St. Louis, and I'll be representing the Building Commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to construct a detached garage per plans at 4536 Evans Avenue. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the said property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. The basis for denial of Tough Shed, care of Tyson Marty, concerning the building commissioner's refusal to issue a building permit authorizing the petitioner to construct a detached car garage per plans at 4536 Evans Avenue in city block number 3774.03 is as follows. The present zoning for this address is Zone C, Multiple Family Dwelling District. The intent of the applicable zoning provisions are to fix reasonable standards to which buildings and structures shall conform. The applicable zoning code provisions are section 26.08.020, accessory building, a subordinate building, the use of which is incidental to that of the main building. Also section 26.08.025, accessory use, the term applied to a use that is subordinate in physical character to the principal use, that is clearly incidental to the principal use, and that is located on the same lot with the principal use. Also section 26.20.020 and or 26.20.025. Use regulations and conditional uses of the C multiple family dwelling district do not allow the petitioner's proposal as stated above. And finally, section 26.20.020E, use regulations, a building or premise shall be used for the following purposes. Accessory structures and uses customarily incidental to any of the above uses, except that if the accessory structure is a garage, it shall only be a private garage that is located not less than 60 feet from the front line, nor less than 4 feet from any side lot line, nor exceeding 12 feet in height, nor more than 5 feet from the rear lot line, nor less than 10 feet from the rear of the dwelling and the wall of the accessory structure closest to the dwelling. Evidence of lawful nonconformity has not been presented. So in summary, the applicant has applied for a building permit to construct a garage in the C multifamily dwelling district. Currently, the lot is vacant. It has recently been consolidated. And a garage in a residential zoning district requires a primary use or structure to be considered accessory. Because no primary use or structure currently exists, this means a use variance would be required. And essentially the primary use is inside storage or warehousing. In addition, an area variance is required for a garage that is more than
Evan?
5. Yes.
You blanked out in the middle there. You
Okay.
froze. And
Okay.
I don't remember exactly when you stopped, but
That's all right.
Okay.
So the summary I was giving, did you guys hear the citations?
I heard everything.
Okay, thanks. The summary is that a use variance is needed. There's no primary structure on this land that was recently consolidated. It's vacant land. So I believe the intent is to build a garage, and then a future phase is to build a primary structure. However, since there is no primary structure or primary use, the garage becomes the primary use, and inside storage is not a permitted use on this parcel in this zoning district. So use variance is needed for that. And then an area variance is needed for the rear setback or the alley setback for a garage, which can be no more than 5 feet. And this will be set at 6 feet.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all I missed. Thank you.
All right. And then the City of St. Louis Planning and Urban Design Agency says that this location does not fall within a neighborhood plan. The 2025 Strategic Land Use Plan, though, identifies this as a medium intensity neighborhood. The designation describes areas of the city that are primarily residential and pedestrian friendly. Per the submitted plans, a standalone garage on a parcel would not be in keeping with this designation. A single garage with a primary structure like a residence may indicate or solicit certain auto-related uses that are explicitly discouraged by the medium intensity neighborhood designation. Lacking clear evidence that a primary residential structure will eventually be built, staff finds that the granting of the variance would be not be in keeping with the SLUP. Therefore, planning staff finds the request of appeal number 11947 is not in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan. Are there any questions from the board?
Okay, let's hear from the appellant. Mr. Twitty.
Yes.
All right, let's get you sworn in.
Twitty, is your right hand raised?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for confirming. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Twitty, if you could state your name and mailing address for the record.
Yes. Anthony Twitty, 4535 Page, St. Louis, Missouri, 63113.
Okay, go ahead with your testimony.
Okay. I purchased the 3 lots from LRA at 4536 Page. It was actually 3 lots that they turned it into one consolidation at 4536 Evans Avenue. And what I'm proposing is to a 2-phase project, which will include a 30 by 30 garage structure for storage and materials for the building of a 16 by 5 square foot brick frame residence on Evans itself. And what I wanted to do is start the garage phase first so that I won't have any outside storage or anything that would create a neighborhood hazard on the outside of the lot. So what I'm asking if I can build the garage structure first, following the, the home. My plan is to live on Evans. I do have a residence on Page. I do have an automotive business on Natural Bridge, which I won't be doing any automotive work or anything like that out of the garage facility, but it will be used for parking once the house is built. And I'm just asking for permission to go forward with constructing the garage section of the phase 2 in 1.
I have a question.
Yes.
Mr. Twitty, is it not possible for you to get a storage pod or something of that nature so that you could build a house first and have a place to store your supplies? Because that's what I'm understanding is you're concerned about a place to store supplies. Is that correct?
Well, the thing is, I've already purchased the land, and the land has a lien on it. I wasn't aware that I needed to have a main structure when I bought the property from the LRA, and they got all of the information about the building of the garage, the construction, and all that. And they have me on a time limit, saying that I have 2 years to produce the garage standing before they'll remove the lien from the property, else it'll go back. I'll lose everything.
I don't know that it means that you have to build a garage first. I think it means that you have to build, period.
Right. She's saying that the garage, the purpose of buying the property was, to build the garage. They got all of that information from me. And that in order to prevent losing the property, it has to be completed. That's my what was told to me by the LRA when I purchased the property. And I was also told that I had to consolidate the property as well. So I went ahead and had that done.
So, Mr. Twitty, when are you anticipating phase 2 or the residential structure?
Well, once the garage is in place, I plan on going right ahead and starting up on the planning of the home immediately afterwards. Once everything is, consolidated with LRA demands, I was immediately going to go into building the home with the plan. But I didn't want to put the cart before the horse before I could know what I need to do, which is what I've probably done already with the purchase of the land. And they gave me an assurance that I could do this until I got to the point where the builder was having a problem getting the permits.
I'm sorry, the builder was having a problem doing what?
Getting the permits to go ahead and start the construction on the garage itself.
Right. I understand that. Why can't he start the house? I still don't comprehend that LRA. Let me finish. LRA is saying you can't build the house first. That sounds crazy to me.
Well, they didn't say that. The reason why I purchased the land, they didn't say that, man. They're saying that if I don't have the construction that I laid out to them done in 2 years, that the lien will, the property can go back to the LRA.
So you can build the house first. Sounds like to me, you just don't want to.
Well, I didn't want to. I wanted to go ahead and build the garage first, because I thought that would be easier to, instead of having everything tore down and the places to put like equipment outside when building the house, it won't be just laying out in the property, out in the open.
Right,
So
and the option is to put a pod on the ground so you have a place to put your equipment and build the house first.
I never gave a pod.
Building,
I didn't know.
Mona,
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I've got a question for him. Mona, where are you going to put your equipment while you're building the garage?
Well, the garage is they're basically builder and tough shed, but they're bringing all that stuff. They're gonna build the garage. I have no
Well, I understand that, but you're asking for
yeah.
permission to build a garage for storage while you build a house because you don't want to leave everything laid out. My question is, where's everything be laying out while they build the garage? Where are you going to put that equipment?
Well, they come with their own equipment.
So are you
When
building?
they fin
So you're building the house
Go ahead.
yourself?
Say it again, sir.
Will you be building the house yourself?
No, I will have plans drawn up, and I will have a builder build a garage. I mean, build a home.
Then we get back.
I'm not doing it.
Then we get back to the same point we have here with the garage. You have a builder who's building the garage, and they have ways of storing their own material. So why wouldn't, if you hire a builder to build the house, why wouldn't they have ways to store the material while they're building the house? Is it economics that you can build so you have to have a structure of some type on the land within 2 years, and you can't afford to build a house right now?
What happened is I already paid out on the garage to have it done. I didn't know I was going to run into this issue. I have quite a bit of money almost paid for on the garage, and I'm kind of was going to do a two-phase project. Go ahead and get an engine for the home itself.
I don't have any more questions, Anthony. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Twitty, do you have preliminary or any set of plans as of yet for the home?
No, I haven't started that yet. I was basically just going through with this part of it. I was thinking about if I have to go ahead and make the plans for the home, that would be considered that I would go ahead and do that. But like I said again, I was trying to put the garage on the place first and then build the house next. So I didn't pay out to have the plans because I'm going to have it done by an architecture company, and I didn't want to spend the money out there before I knew that I could actually procure the land.
So have you purchased the land from the LRA
Yes,
at this point?
Yes, it's already purchased. Everything is already purchased, and I've been cutting and grooming and keeping everything in order so that I can get to this point. Because once you buy it, I didn't want to just leave it growing out of control. I've been maintaining the property.
Sure. So I guess I like a few other board members are a bit confused. You own the property outright now from the LRA.
Yes.
I'm aware of how the LRA works and their right of reentry. I guess my question and one of the other board members asked, do you not have the funds to start the house first, because that it's not making sense based on your testimony. It's not making sense based on your testimony as to why you would start the garage first.
Well, I do have funds that I can access, but I didn't want to access those funds if I couldn't move forward with the land at all. I have lenders that want to lend, but I haven't went forward with those lendings until I knew that this was going to happen. I didn't want to borrow money that I couldn't do anything with before I knew that I could do it. That's why I'm at this point. There's funds available. I just haven't went after them.
Okay, so I am still confused because there are funds required to do this garage. So you have to access funds for the garage. I am trying to understand why you would do the garage before the house.
Well, that's the point. When I went with LRA, I asked them, could this be done? And they said that shouldn't be a problem. So I accessed the funds for the garage because that's what I thought I was able to do. I didn't know until the lender, well, the builder was saying that they can't get a permit. And then it was brought to my attention that there's no main structure. This was all brought to my attention after LRA sold me the land and after the land consolidation and all that. Then this was all kind of broke to me at the last minute of all of the purchases and the land consolidation that there had to be a main structure.
Okay,
on the property.
so Mr. Twitty, you mentioned that you've got some amount of funds in this garage.
Yes, I have a down payment as to them building. They're waiting
Okay.
to start construction.
Right, but if they cannot get a permit to do so, then they can't build. Then they have to refund your money.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
At least I'm hoping that's what, because I'm going through this, I'm giving it all the shots I can for them to get started. But if they can't build, then of course I'm going to want my money back.
Sure.
And
Sure.
then I'll go toward the, I can take that money toward the main building property.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Is there any other board members who have any questions? All right. Is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal? Is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits, certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of denial, meeting notice letter, City Journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, memo from planning and urban design, copy of the subdivision, 2 pages, letter from the petitioner, community support letter from Fountain Park Lewis Place Community Development Committee, Pamela Talley, drafted March 26, 2024, stating they support the purchase of the LRA lots at 4540, 4542, and 4544 Evans Avenue. Email from Alderwoman Shameen Clark Hubbard dated December 21st, 2023, stating she supports Mr. Twitty's proposal to purchase the LRA lots at 4544, 4542, and 4540 Evans Avenue. And finally, a neighborhood consent with 5 signatures in support of proposal to purchase the LRA lots at 4544, 4542, and 4540 Evans Avenue. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. Drea, can you read appeal number 11948?
Appeal number 11948, 4570 Gibson Avenue.
Swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Again, my name is Evan Winkler, Community Development Planner for the City of St. Louis, and I'll be representing the Building Commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to construct a single-family home per plans at 4570 Gibson Avenue. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the said property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. The basis for denial of Abbas Jabbar concerning the building commissioner's refusal to issue a building permit authorizing the petitioner to construct a single-family home per plans at 4570 Gibson Avenue in city block number 5042.00 is as follows. The present zoning for this address is the Forest Park Southeast Form-Based District, Neighborhood General Type 2, per ordinance number 70732, and the underlying Zone B two-family dwelling district. The intent of the applicable zoning provisions are to promote orderly and beneficial development in accordance with the optimum development of the City of St. Louis and in furtherance of the comprehensive plan for the city's development. The applicable zoning code provisions are ordinance number 70732, section 3.1, Roman numeral 3, D.2, and also section 3.1, Roman numeral 4, and the letter M. Evidence of lawful nonconformity has not been presented. In summary, the applicant is applying for a building permit to construct a single-family home, which is located in the Forest Park Southeast Form-Based District, Neighborhood General Type 2 area. And per the building envelope standards, the alley setback of the main building shall be a minimum of 50 feet and a maximum of 80 feet. The code assumes there's just one alley. However, this lot actually has two alleys, and the main building will be less than 50 feet from the west alley. Therefore, an area variance is required. And then the building envelope standards also state that the first floor to ceiling height of structures must be 12 feet. And a second area variance would be needed for a first floor to ceiling height of 9 feet. The City of St. Louis Planning and Urban Design Agency states that this falls within the Forest Park Southeast Form-Based District, and that the 2025 Strategic Land Use Plan calls this area medium intensity neighborhood. Again, these are areas of the city that are primarily residential, pedestrian friendly, and close to neighborhood assets. The granting of variance would be in keeping with this designation's intent of supporting many types of housing, from single unit buildings up to medium scale multifamily or multi-unit buildings. While the staff recognizes the value of community input that has informed the creation of the Forest Park Southeast Form-Based District, the variants requested are not in conflict with the Strategic Land Use Plan. Therefore, planning staff finds the request of appeal number 11948 is in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan. Are there any questions from the board?
Okay, let's hear from the appellant. Juman, let's get you sworn in.
Hear me, sir?
I can hear you.
Okay, wonderful. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Yes, my name is Jumana Albuquerque. Currently, I live on 3000 Virginia Avenue, St. Louis 63118.
Okay, go ahead with your testimony.
Can I raise my hand too?
Yeah, I suppose we can
Mr. Chairman,
yes.
we can only take testimony from one person at a time so that the court reporter can have a clear record.
Yes, understood.
Thank you.
So that would be Abbas Jabbar. He's the owner of the lot. I'm his wife, and we are building this single family home.
we are on my Zoom, that's why my name appears, but I think he's the best guy to talk about that. I can talk about higher education, but not construction. Can he do
Okay.
the testimony?
Uh,
He can also raise his hand and
yes. So, okay. So if you have given all the testimony you're going to give, I will then have him sworn in.
can he sworn and give the testimony?
Yes. Are you done with your testimony?
Yes, I just want to add that we are building this home so we can live in it. I love the area. It's very diverse. It's beautiful. And we're so excited to build this house so we can live in it. I think I'm done with my testimony.
Okay. Thank you. Any board members have any questions? All right. Is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal? And I think at this point that would be your husband. So let's get you sworn in.
Sorry, could you move your hand so that's in the picture?
Here we go.
Thank you. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. Can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Yes, my name is Abbas Jabbar. Address is 3000 Virginia Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri, 63118.
Okay. Go ahead with your testimony.
Yes, sir. Me and my wife are planning to build a single family home. This lot was purchased about a year ago, and we looked at it. We designed a house that fits the neighborhood, so it goes with the whole community and part of the Grove. And we came into two situations, as Mr. Evans mentioned, is the setback from the alley, because it comes on both alleys, from the from the rear and from the side. So we're asking if you could give us those variants to build this single family home. And the 9-foot ceiling.
Is there a reason? Is there a reason why you don't want to make the ceilings as tall as required? I believe, what is that, 11 feet, Anthony?
So the 12-foot, I think.
12 foot.
Yeah, first cost-wise, going on that height and the whole structure. So we thought to go with 9-foot ceiling to be more the height. 9-foot is usually, I understand it's some of the code over there, but it's quite tall ceilings.
Just because you don't want to.
It's not that I don't want to. I'd like 9-foot more than 12-foot, and it will cost more when it comes to cost efficiency. That 12-foot costs more.
Anthony, how does that look in respects to the other houses on the street if you're lowering the ceilings?
So the question would be, and I don't see anything in the plans that really show that show the street facade in relation to the houses next to it. So it's hard to tell that. Give me a second.
Anthony, look at A3.
A3.
It's kind of got just looks like it's got a parapet wall at the top, but it would bring it up to everybody else's on the drawings. It's A3 on the drawings.
Yeah, so I saw the parapet wall, but what I'm looking for typically in the with the Historic Preservation Board, uh, we'd require a street facade showing the homes next to it so that you can see where floor lines actually line up. We don't have that now. Obviously 3 feet is significant. Yeah, 3 feet is significant. If the homes next to it were 10-foot ceiling heights and we were doing 9, I'd say, that's not an issue at all. But
The form-based code has
Go ahead.
a finished ground floor level, which allows between 1 foot and 4 feet. So as you can see from page A5, I think it says about 3 feet 6 inches. So I don't know exactly what's beside these. But I guess I bring that up because the form-based code allows for that kind of like envelope to fluctuate. Just so you're aware.
Okay, and could you repeat that for me, Evan? You're saying that the form-based code allows for a variance of 1 to 4 feet in floor height difference?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the finished ground floor level has like there's a code citation for that in the form-based code. So I thought maybe Mona was asking is this going to look like the second floor way shorter than other buildings on the block? But because of that envelope section of finished ground floor level, which is essentially 3 feet difference, there's going to be some natural variation that falls within that envelope.
What does that mean?
If I had a dry erase, I'd draw it out for you here. I'm just trying to give context to.
I'm trying to understand context. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I mean, it is a violation of the first floor ceiling height, so that's that. But I'm just pointing out other pieces of the code that kind of allow for these variations in height if you're concerned about how it relates to adjacent buildings on the street.
I am concerned. That's why I'm asking that question. So Thank you. I'm trying to figure that out. Is it not going to be a concern then, you think, Evan?
I don't want to say that, but this is a variance that you all have granted in the past.
Yes, sir. You have something to add?
Yeah, as Mr. Evans was mentioning, I think what I'm understanding from Mr. Evans that there is a 3 feet maneuvering. Is this more on what I'm understanding?
For the ground floor.
Yes, for the ground floor. So
What's the height on the second?
That's why I picked on. I kept it 9 feet, so at least I'm in the variant, not the variance, but the maneuvering of those 3 feet.
Yeah, I think I was a bit confused about that as well, but I have an understanding at this point. The ground floor height can be anywhere between 1 and 4 feet above grade, but that still would mean first to second floor if you're at 9 feet, and I can't really tell from the street views I've now look like the houses next to you can like the house next door, probably not more than 10 feet. But if they were in fact 12 feet, what you would have is, yeah, sure, you could potentially line the first floor up with the house next door. But what would then happen is, you know, if you've got a 12-foot ceiling height and a 9-foot ceiling height, the new house will be 3 feet shorter, and everything will fall sort of weirdly. Your windows will not line up, doors don't line up. I don't think, just based on what I can see in Google, that will likely be the case, because these homes don't look like they have 12-foot ceilings. At least not the two that are most adjacent to the lot. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and as you could see the drawing in front of the house, how it matches with almost more than 90% of the homes on the street. Our intention is to keep it coherent. So as the porch lining and everything. So to be all uniform. If I have a 12 feet and they might be the one too high, comparing them, then keeping it all aligned together.
Yes. Any other questions, Mona? No. Joe?
I have something, Anthony.
Yeah.
I was looking at the Google Maps just like you were.
Yeah.
The entry doors are 6, 8, or 7 feet.
Yeah.
I believe that we're closer to 11, almost 12 feet, floor to floor.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, if the door is 7 feet, it's got a what do you call it? A transom light
transom
above it.
Yeah.
And then you got something above the windows, so that you have the ceiling not at the window height. It's still up higher. So I think that it's probably closer to 11 feet, possibly 12. But I find in today's world that nobody's wanting to build a 12-foot ceiling on the first floor. That's, I think, was primarily put in for commercial spaces. That's my opinion anyway. Forcing this man to build an extra 3 feet of every wall in the house, all the exterior and everything else, to put a 12-foot ceiling in a space, I don't think that is what the intent is. At least I hope not.
I agree with that. I guess if anything, I would be questioning, 10-foot ceiling height versus 9-foot ceiling height. But I don't think in today's world anyone would be doing, and we should even burden.
The 12-foot ceilings were put in when you didn't have air conditioning and everything else. So to do it now is you're just forcing them not only to build more, but you're also forcing them to heat and cool more.
Sure.
So
Okay.
Yeah, that is where my reasoning is. Now, Mary may have something different to say.
Yes, Mary.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Evan, is this one that needed a use variance and an area variance? Did it need a use variance because residential was never intended for this area of the form-based code?
No use variance, 2 area variances, one for the alley setback and one for the floor to ceiling height on the first floor.
Okay, thank you. So what that says to me, board members, is that the form-based code was written certainly after we got air conditioning, and that whoever was writing the code and supporting it at that time expected to see this ceiling height. I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm just pointing that out because this is not from the original code that may have been written before there was air conditioning. Thank you.
Gotcha. Understood.
Thank you, Mary.
Yeah, I think it would be helpful to have streetscape and at least the house next door to it, with that house, with the floor lines of that house, so that we have a better understanding of this. Okay. Is there anyone else here to testify in favor of this appeal? Okay. Is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal?
Can I add something? Is that possible?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that we've shared a letter from the community that they are in favor of this building. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys received the letter from, what's his position?
Yes, we do. Thank you.
Yes, we have
Perfect.
that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. With no opposition, I will read into the record exhibits: a certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of denial, meeting notice letter, city journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, memo from planning and urban design, and a letter of support from Abdul Kaba Abdullah, Executive Director of Park Central Development. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. Drea, can you read appeal number 11949?
Appeal number 11949, 4130 Park Avenue.
Swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Again, good afternoon, board members. My name is Evan Winkler, Community Development Planner for the City of St. Louis, and I'll be representing the Building Commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to do interior and exterior alterations to convert a warehouse to apartments with commercial artist studios per plan zoning only at 4130 Park Avenue. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the said property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. The basis for denial of Brent Crittenden concerning the building commissioner's refusal to issue a building permit, authorizing the petitioner to do interior and exterior alterations to convert a warehouse to apartments with commercial artist studios per plan zoning only at 4130 Park Avenue and city block number 4968.00 is as follows. The present zoning for this address is Zone K, unrestricted district. The intent of the applicable zoning provisions are to prohibit locations and uses of buildings or structures and uses of land that are incompatible with the type of development plan for specified zoning districts in the city. The applicable zoning code provisions are section 26.16.010, uses prohibited. No structure or land shall be used for use other than those permitted in the district in which such premises are located, unless such use is permitted by other provisions of the zoning code. Also, section 26.16.020, structures prohibited. No structure shall be erected, placed, enlarged, or structurally altered, unless such action shall make the premises upon which it shall stand conform to the regulations for the district in which the premises are located, unless authorized by the provisions of the zoning code. Also, section 26.16.080E1, off-street parking and loading requirements. All parking required in any dwelling district, unless otherwise stated in the district regulations, shall be located in the main building, in an accessory building, on the lot occupied by the main building, or except in the A single-family dwelling district or B two-family dwelling district on an alternative site, provided the following conditions are met. Condition number 1 is that required off-street parking in any dwelling district may be provided as a conditional use on property other than that occupied by the main building, provided that the property in which the parking is located is in the same possession, either by deed, by easement, or by long-term lease, which has a life or term equal to or exceeding the life of the building occupied by the principal use, and in no case less than 99 years, and further provided that the parking will be located in an equally or less restricted zoning district. Proof of such deed, easement, or long-term lease, including covenants which bind the owner and his heirs or assigns to maintain the required number of off-street parking spaces during the existence of the principal use, shall be required to be filed with the zoning administrator and the city assessor's office at any time that the main building is rendered useless, or if an alternative site, which is just as suitable for off-site parking, becomes available, the zoning administrator may allow the rescission of the covenant or long-term lease. And then finally, I have two more sections, but section 26.60.020 use regulations. In the unrestricted district, buildings and premises may be used for any purpose whatsoever, not in conflict with any ordinance of the city regulating nuisances, or section 26.60.025, or is not a wireless facility, provided that motor fuel pumping stations shall meet the site requirements specified in section 26.40.027, or carry out restaurants that sell to customers who are in cars or who consume the sold products in cars parked on the carry-out restaurant premises, or sell products through a sales window to customers who are in cars for immediate consumption by the customer, either on or off the premises, and shall meet the site requirements specified in section 26.40.026.b.1 or 2 as appropriate. Provided, however, that no building shall be hereafter erected, nor shall any existing building be converted, reconstructed, or structurally altered for dwelling purposes, including boarding houses, dormitories, homeless shelters, and rooming houses. And then finally, section 26.60.030, which takes you to 26.20.030, parking and loading regulations, parking for multiple dwellings. Dwellings shall provide space in the main building, in an accessory building, or on the lot occupied by the main building, sufficient to accommodate one motor car for each dwelling unit. Evidence of lawful nonconformity has not been presented. So, in summary, the applicant is applying for a building permit to renovate an existing 4-story structure to create essentially a mixed-use building with 73 dwelling units, artist studios, and parking. In the K district, no buildings hereafter may be erected, nor any existing building converted, reconstructed for dwelling purposes. Therefore, a use variance is required. Also, since parking regulations are the same as those to prior zones, an area variance is required for inadequate number of parking stalls. 1 space is required per dwelling unit for a deficit of 34 off-street parking spaces that are going to be provided on site. And then lastly, a conditional use approval is required for the adjacent parcel, which will be providing 41 parking spaces that are not located on the site. And then as a side note, it should be noted that a previous similar proposal and building permit received variances and conditional use approval per appeal number 11566 at this location for 64 dwelling units. So this is an expansion of that existing variance, and therefore new variances are required prior to approval. And then the City of St. Louis Planning and Urban Design Agency states that there is not a neighborhood plan for this area. This site, though, for the 2025 Strategic Land Use Plan falls in a flex industrial area. This designation describes areas of the city that are currently or formerly industrial, especially areas of lower intensity industrial and commercial uses near or adjacent to residential neighborhoods. These areas may continue to be used for light industrial, or they may transfer from industrial to a mix of uses, including residential. The site is an ideal candidate for a mix of uses, which includes residential. The site is nearby other residential areas, and the proposed artist studio spaces will complement some of the existing uses along Park Avenue. Therefore, planning staff finds the request of appeal number 11949 is in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan. Are there any questions from the board?
Okay, let's hear from the appellant. Mr. Crittenden, let's get you sworn in.
Okay.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay.
Okay, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
My name is Brent Crittenden. My mailing address is 1536 Tower Grove Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri, 63110.
Okay, go ahead with your testimony.
Sure. As Evan said, we received a variance for this project in, I think, December of 2020 for 64 units. That previously included a 12,000 square foot of gray box commercial space. We tabled the project just out of necessity around other obligations. We needed to focus on our home building business at the time, coming out of COVID and rising material prices and subcontractor prices. So we focused on that. Later in 2024, our firm merged with Bush Construction, which we're now part of. So this will be a combined project with us, my wife and I, Sarah Gibson, and Bush Construction, our current firm, to redevelop the project. So when we did restart it, we checked in with the Department of Economic Development on our state historic application. In the fall of 2024, the guidelines around the state credit program changed. It didn't have as high a bar for commercial involvement or commercial component. So we're encouraged by the DED to reapply for state credits with expanded residential. We tried that. We were successful in reapplying and receiving the state credits for the 73 units. So in fact, we took out the 12,000 square foot of commercial space. That's not the artist studios, they're still intact. It's just the gray box space, and added the 9 apartment units on the ground floor in place of those spaces. Subsequently, we rechecked with the SLDC around our tax abatement, substantiated our financing for the project with them, and had it retested. And entered into a new redevelopment agreement, reduced our tax abatement percentage accordingly. That was approved last month. So at this point, we're asking for this additional variance, kind of the last step. We're pre-approved for a single step approval with HUD for 221D4 financing. That will go in at the end of the month, hopefully close by the end of the year. So we're finally, I know long last, this has been around for a while, but ready to move this project to a close at the end of the year and to completion. I think as stated before, just so it's clear, there's approximately just under 80 parking spaces. So we have more parking spaces than units. There's approximately half of those are in the basement of the building, and then approximately half are immediately across the street, across Park Avenue from the property.
Okay. Any board members have any questions for Mr. Crittenden? Joe?
No. Didn't have any questions. Just thought I'd come back and show my face.
Okay. All right. Is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal? Okay. Is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal?
Yes, there is.
Chairman, we have 4 folks here in person. Would you like to do them first and then move to the folks online?
Possibly. Let's see who we have online. So I see a Joshua King. Is there anyone else here on the Zoom call?
If folks can use
And
the raise hand icon, it lets us find you. Thank you, Alderwoman.
thank you, Alderwoman. Joshua King, we've got two. Yeah, Evan, since we've got a couple here, let's start with those in your office.
All right, I'm gonna take our my computer around here just a second. You're first. All right.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. My name is Jimmy Edwards.
Mr. Edwards, let's get you sworn in.
Absolutely.
Sorry, just 1 second. Okay, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay. And you already stated your name, Mr. Edwards. If you could state your mailing address for the record.
Thank you. My mailing address is 714 Locust Street. I am an attorney. I, together with attorney Mark Levison and the Lashley Bear Law Firm, represent Willard Home Products. Willard Home Products buildings are attached to the 4130 Park building, which is the subject matter of this appeal. Our purpose here today is to oppose the appeal. In addition to the written opposition by 7th Ward Alderperson Alicia Sonier, to oppose this appeal, I would like to present 3 additional folk that will speak in opposition of the appeal. The witnesses that I will present to you today are William D. Willard, who is the president of Willard Home Products, Brian Warner, the chief financial officer of Willard, and attorney Mark Levison. All will oppose the appeal today. If allowed to, I will ask Mr. Willard to speak at this time.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Willard, if you could state your name and mailing address for the record.
My name is William Willard. My mailing address is 4044 Park Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay, go ahead with your testimony.
Thank you very much for having us here today. And what I'd like to talk about is Willard Home Products being on this street for the past 75 years as a manufacturing company. And there are, I think, 5 different manufacturing companies on the street, all having heavy traffic. Willard Home Products has 450,000 square feet on Park Avenue. We occupy space on both sides of this individual's building he's trying to make into apartments. Plus, we go down 3 city blocks. We have 14 acres surrounding our property. Plus, I think I said 450,000 square feet under roof for manufacturing. We have shipments every day of approximately 150,000 pounds. We have 10 to 15 trucks a day coming in. On an average year, we have 400 containers coming in with raw materials that we bring up and down the street. The other individual companies across the street also have many trucks. It's an oil company, another company that makes cleaners, and another storage company with many trucks on the street. We've been on Park Avenue, as I said, for 75 years, take great pride in the neighborhood, and we don't think a apartment building and studio, artist studios would be applicable for the street. It's at a dead end on the street. There's no thoroughfare. It's a very hard street to maneuver sometimes because of all the trucks. We produce products to sell to Walmart, Home Depot, Family Dollar, Lowe's, many other large retail chains around the country. We have approximately 200 employees working in the St. Louis facility, working 2 shifts. Sometimes we work 6 days a week. We produce about 120 million pieces of retail product a year. So the amount of activity on the street is extremely strong. In my opinion, when you add 100 cars to 150 cars going up and down the street for the apartments and the studio, artist studios, it'll be a big inconvenience. The street it's a very narrow street. You can only park on one side of the street. The other side is the fire spaces. So I don't think it's a good place to have apartments. Never did. I told them that years ago when they came in my office and asked my opinion. So I still oppose the project. That's all I have.
Mr. Winkler, what's the address of your property again?
Willard Home Products?
Yes, sir.
Well, it takes up 3 city blocks on Park Avenue and takes up 4 city blocks on Folsom. So the main address is 4044 Park Avenue is where our office is.
Okay, what's the other addresses? Do you know?
It
starts on the south. Yeah.
Okay. It starts on the south side of 39th Street. And one is probably $39.78, it's $39.30 Park Avenue, $39.70, 4044 Park, 4128 Park, 4150 Park Avenue. On the opposite side of the street, on the north side of Park Avenue, 3801 Park. Then we have another property on 39th Street, 1449, South 39th Street.
Say that number again, please.
3901 Park, no, 39th Street is 1449 South 39th Street.
Thank you.
Then next to that is a 3957 Park Avenue. And many addresses on Folsom Avenue, which I can't
Okay.
read.
I was just trying to get a perspective of it all. Thank you.
Well, it's, as I said, it's 3 city blocks on Park Avenue and 2 city blocks on Folsom and 1 city block on 39th Street. And we have 15 acres of land around the property on 39th Street, raw ground.
Any other questions from the board?
You had mentioned, Mr. Winkler, that there are other manufacturers right there with you as well.
Yes, Mr. Willard?
Willard.
Mona, he's using Evan's computer. So
Oh, I'm
that's why
sorry.
it's Winkler.
I was looking at his name. I apologize.
That's okay. Yes, there are other manufacturers on Park Avenue. It's all manufacturers on Park Avenue. One company is C.O. Smith. One company is Kritz's. An oil lubricant company is J.D. Street. They bring in tank trucks, tank cars of lubricants and oil and package that across the street from the 4130 address.
Okay. Thank you. I do see that now, Mary. Thank you.
No worries. Mr. Robinson, I have a question for Mr. Willard if everyone else is finished with their questions.
Board? Okay, go ahead, Mary.
Thank you. Mr. Willard, you stated that your business, I believe, shares a wall with the structure where they proposed this project. So can you tell us about your business? Does it create?
I share a wall on both sides of this property.
Okay,
He's
so
in
can you
between.
tell us about your business? Does the nature of your business create any noise?
Yes, we have some noise. That's correct.
Should be taken into consideration when we're talking about new residential?
Yes, we have manufacturing machines that make noise in the buildings and some would vibrate the buildings.
Okay, thank you.
And maybe I missed that earlier, Mr. Willard. You also own the property at 4150 Park Avenue?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. Is there anyone else here to testify in opposition to this appeal?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Our next witness will be Brian Warner.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for confirming. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Warner, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
It's Brian Warner, and my mailing address is 4044 Park Avenue.
Okay, go ahead with your testimony.
In response to Judge Edwards' question, he had a question to me about how many tax dollars Willard Home Products pays to the city of St. Louis. Last year, that number was $513,000, and over a 10-year period, it's been well in excess of $400,000 a year. And the board should have. Do they have this? You guys have this map?
They do.
Okay. All right. It's just responsive to the addresses that you had asked Bill for. And I'm happy to provide a digital copy of that if you don't have it. So you should be able to look at all those addresses if you need to. And I would like to, so everything in white is owned by Willard related entities on this map. And the green stars, if you will, are all the land owned by Willard Home Products, and the green sort of lines through it are the other occupants on the street that also are opposed to this project. And as Mr. Willard discussed, the street's very busy. And if you have any questions about the map or what's what on it, I'd be happy to discuss those. and it's a dead end street. Yeah. It's not ideal from a, as you guys talked about earlier in previous matters, garbage pickup, school buses, stuff like that. Totally not ideal. And then I wanted to talk a little bit about the one issue that was brought up was because there's a switching yard behind their parking area on the proposed project, the slashed red area on the map. There are frequently standing engines, rail engines, just parked there, and they don't turn them off. They just let them run. So there's a lot of noise, a lot of vibration, and diesel exhaust, of course. And I would like to add one more thing, that Willard Home Products has been, I think, a pretty good citizen. I've been there for 36 years, and Bill's done a magnificent job of maintaining the neighborhood. He's planted the trees there. We remediated the old Bi-State bus and trolley depot that was contiguous to some of our property. He's done many things. He's also been the basis for the garden area around south of Folsom, on the south side of Folsom Avenue. Some 20-some years ago, we bought 30 or 40 LRA properties and then donated them to, or sold them at our cost, I guess, to McBride, who redeveloped that area. So I think we've been a pretty good corporate citizen all in all. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that any of you might have.
Thank you, Mr. Lerner. Any board members have any questions? Okay. Is there anyone else here to testify in opposition to this appeal?
Yes, Mr. Chair, our final witness in opposition is Mark Levison, co-counsel with me at Lashley Bear Law Firm.
Okay, let's get you sworn in, Mr. Levinson.
Swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay.
Thanks for hearing us. It's been a while since I've been before this board. And we've sent you a bunch of
Mr. Levison, before you continue with your testimony, let me get your name for the record and mailing address.
Sorry, Mark Levison, Levison, at Lashley Bear, 714 Locust in the city.
Okay, continue.
So again, thanks for hearing us. We've sent you a bunch of pictures. Let me just single out a few of them. Picture number one, and the numbers are in the bottom right. They're kind of hard to see. Picture number one looks down Park at the dead-end street near the proposed apartment building. Two shows industrial buildings, the historic smokestacks from Liggett and Myers Tobacco Company that was there for a long, long time. They're no longer in use, but they're maintained by Willard. Picture number three, I'll go slow enough so you all can look at them if you want online there, is the dead end and the Union Pacific train tracks near a proposed new parking lot. Four shows flagpoles marking Willard's long time existence here in the city, and one of their items that they manufacture here, Tidy Bowl. Picture five is where the apartment building is supposed to be. There's a dumpster there that's been filled up for about a month. Bill tells me that things blow out of it and he sends out people to clean it up. It's been there a long time. Picture six is the supposed development building from the back, And by the way, an odd thing about this proposal is the owner doesn't own the back. They own 15 feet. The rest of it is owned by Willard. So the only access to this apartment is basically from the front door on this industrial street park full of industry. Skipping to number 10 is the dead end again. To the right, you'll see the vegetation, and that's where they would like to build a parking lot. You'll also notice the train tracks that Brian mentioned. You'll see the train, the tracks, the gigantic electric power line grids that run right in front of the proposed development. And Bill tells me when these trains stop, sometimes there are 10 of them, and they stay there for a week, and they make a racket, a terrible racket, and terrible diesel as well comes out of them. That's probably not great for residential. Skipping to picture 14, it again depicts the industrial nature, and 15 as well. It shows some of the alleys. There's a bunch of alleys in there. There's no through cross streets until you get to 39, so it's 3 blocks blocked off. Picture 17 shows a Willard building that goes right up to the dead end, and you can see the roof that looks like it's supposed to look. Again, you've got the apartment building and 2 big buildings on each side of them that Willard owns. The roof is in tatters, and you can see the buildings. They're connected both at the top and at the bottom. And quite frankly, Mr. Willard has asked, well, you start digging in a subterranean to make the parking spots. What's that going to do to these old 125-year-old buildings? Picture 18 is the Willard office. As you can see, that's beautiful. Then you go through 20 through 25. If you leaf through those are just pictures we took last week of the plant. As you can see, the place is pristine. There's even mini roads inside the plant. They've got dozens of forklifts, over 50 conveyor belts. 26 is a picture taken from I didn't want to send you too many pictures. It's a giant lunchroom, but you can see a showcase of some of the Willard products there. 27, again, demonstrates that this is a commercial street. Pictures 28 through 30 are pictures of some of the trucks that come in every day to transport product from Willard's St. Louis headquarters throughout the country. So when I was touring the plant the other day with Bill, he pointed out an area of the lunchroom, and I asked him what was going on there. He said they just had a celebration in that space, and he showed me a picture that was on his phone, and I sent it to you all. It's marked number 31. It's a picture of employees. They were celebrating the fact that they'd been there 35 years. Brian just told you he'd been there 36 years. Bill told me some of the employees had been there 40 years. So this is truly a family business from top to bottom. At lunch today, I ran into Judge Riley, who was talking about all the people from the city that are employed at Willard Home Products. So Bill prides himself in keeping the plant clean inside as well as outside. In contrast, we've got this building that's been in the middle of this for 10 years or so. That's an eyesore. They haven't done well. They're not doing well in keeping it clean now. They haven't done well in the past. We heard about a suggestion that it be built almost 7 years ago. Well, apparently something went wrong because it wasn't built then. The developer has just not kept this place up. And this 80 spots we're talking about, it was 64, and they were all interior, I thought, the parking. Now we've got 40 exterior spots, and we've got 14 artist studios, and nobody mentioned anything about a restaurant. In the plans, I thought they were proposing a restaurant. So you would have 73 apartments, 14 artist spots, a restaurant employees, restaurant visitors, people who visit these 73 apartments, 80 parking spots, even being conditional use, are nowhere near enough on this street that when take a look at the street, it's narrow. The fire department doesn't allow parking on one of the streets. You might check out the fire on one side. You might check out the fire that happened about 7 or 8 years ago when a fire truck got destroyed because the building collapsed. It's such a narrow street. So they get no help with parking. It's absolutely an ill-conceived concept. Now, I presume you all have the letters from J.D. Street and Critis and C.O. Smith saying that this is not appropriate. Look, nobody's against taking existing old apartment buildings or non-apartment buildings and renovating them for residential use. In fact, I talked to Zach Wilson, the VP of Economic Development Incentives at LCLDC, and I asked him, hey, just send me some apartment buildings that are on sale that you could put 73 units in, or other buildings. Within 5 minutes, he'd sent me 20 different options in good areas like South, the near South, downtown.
We have that on record, so we don't have to go through that for expedience.
All right, that's great. And we got those. Finally, I would say there are reasons for zoning laws in the city of St. Louis. There are specific zoning areas. This one is zoned K. So as Evan told you, and as I'm sure you all know, this is the unrestricted district. The premises may be used for any purpose. That's the first sentence. And the last sentence says, provided, however, that no building shall be hereinafter erected, nor shall any existing building be converted, reconstructed, or structurally altered for dwelling purposes. And that's why it's an inappropriate use. And then you look at the conditional uses in this unrestricted K, and there could be acid manufacturer, bathhouses, cement manufacturer, fireworks manufacturer, garbage, dead animal reduction, dumping, glue manufacturer, fat rendering, petroleum refining, salvage, smelting of metal, stockyards. It goes on and on. So basically, this is not an appropriate use in K. So it would just simply be bad planning to drop all of these 150, 200 people in the middle of this 3-block street that has nothing but industry on it and no easy access to parking. Do you have any questions?
Any board members have any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yes. Is there anyone else in the office to testify, or does
that concludes
Mr. Edwards? Okay. Is Mr. Edwards want to make anything in conclusion?
Do you want to make a conclusion?
Thank you all very much for giving us the opportunity to voice our opposition to the project. We are very, very concerned and very empathetic with respect to the building of more houses in our vicinity, especially after May 16th. However, this project is not appropriate for the park address. I have read the letter sent by Alderwoman Sonier. I'm sure you have as well. And I ask that this appeal board would deny the appeal at this time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Edwards. Okay. Let's see. Mr. King, let's get you sworn in.
King, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yep.
Okay. State your name and mailing address for the record.
Joshua King, 4137 McCree Avenue.
Okay, go ahead with your testimony, Mr. King.
So I'm the neighborhood association president for the last 6 months, and over once this came up on the agenda, I had a number of different residents from our neighborhood reach out to me and ask that I attend this session or do what needed to be done to oppose this project. So I'm here on behalf of our neighbors and just representing what they're requesting is that this project doesn't go forward.
Okay. Any board members have any questions? All right.
Anthony, did these
Yes,
people ever come before your board?
This project has not been before the
I'm talking
present-
about the neighborhood association that the guy was just ahead of.
Oh,
No.
I'm sorry.
Did they ever presented to your board?
To me, no.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes, Mary.
I have a question for Mr. King, if that's.
Yes.
Mr. King, could you tell us the name of the neighborhood association that you represent?
Botanical Heights Neighborhood Association.
Thank you.
It goes from 39th on the east to Vanaventer on the west and Lafayette in the south to Vanaventer in the north.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. Looks like we have two more. I am going to give the alderwoman the last. So, Miss Eckelkamp,
Yes.
let's get you sworn in.
Oh, I'd love to yield to the alderwoman and let her go first because I know she's has some other places to go if that's okay.
Okay. Alderwoman Sanye.
Miss Sonia, you're muted.
Hi,
Hi.
good afternoon. I
Good
need to get sworn
afternoon.
in.
Yes.
Okay.
Swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear and affirm that what I'm about to say is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Okay, Alderwoman, can you give us your name and mailing address for the record?
My name is Alicia Sanye, and my mailing address is 1200 Market Street, room 230.
Okay, go ahead with your testimony.
Thank you. This is not part of my testimony, but I've been on the call the whole time, and I just want to thank you all for your service and sitting through these hearings. I've just seen Evan a couple of times this week, and I appreciate you all's service. And also, I want to thank the residents who spoke. I know you guys it's still 3 p.m. It's a work day. You guys could be doing anything, and so you're here. I know you've heard a lot of testimony, so I won't be long. I'm really just echoing what you've heard already. There has been no community engagement about this project. There was some communication sent to me where I responded with a letter of request form that I have, and it's indicated in that form, that I expect you to make contact with the neighborhood organization. I'll help you get connected, but the only communication I've had on the project is kind of, I guess, where they were at that time. They didn't need my support. They were talking to another elected official at that time. But they have not tried to talk to the Botanical Heights Neighborhood Association. The project has been ongoing. So they first began it, it's been in conversation for years. So there was some conversation about 3 years ago, but that was quite some time ago. And this time, just to kind of echo what President King stated earlier, a lot of residents have reached out, one, expressing concern that they haven't come. We do have a clear process in the 7th where I do my best to just have folks who want to do things in people's communities to talk to those community members, just, to show up to a meeting and have those important conversations so that we can talk about any of the concerns. And in this case, that's especially unfortunate because one of the concerns is that this is a chemical manufacturer that makes household products. And so there's concerns about some of the health risk and health hazards that this could pose as well, and whether or not this is really a good location to put in residents and build a residential project, especially of this size. Because there has been no communication, we have not been able to have these conversations to really talk about this, to work through this. And so I do echo the opposition that you've heard prior to this. And I can take any questions.
Any board members have any questions?
I'm sorry, one more thing. I did want to say, I put a map in the letter of opposition that I sent to you all. I know you guys were asking about Mr. Willard's, how much property is on. I think that is a significant part of this conversation. It is quite large. So in the letter of opposition that you all have for me, there's a map that lays out kind of that block and shows you how much of that is Mr. Willard's property. And I think that just, that may answer some of the questions I heard you all ask earlier.
Any board members? Okay. Thanks, Alderwoman.
Thank you.
Ms. Eckelkamp, get you sworn in.
Swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, if you could state your name and mailing address for the record.
Sure. It's Kate Eckelkamp at 4203 McCree Avenue.
Okay, go ahead with your testimony.
Yes. So I wanted to just talk. I'm here as a resident. I do work for the city, but I also am just here as a resident. I was also the former president for the Botanical Heights Neighborhood Association. And I also happen to be, I also worked at a school, Lafayette Prep Academy, which is also one of the projects that they were working on and rebuilding a gym at the time while I was working there as a teacher. So historically, with the neighborhood association, I do know that when they are asking for a letter of recommendation, it's usually last minute. So I can also attest that when I became president for the neighborhood association and went to we spoke with Mr. Willard as he was giving donations to our association for signage and trash cans and insurance, that he did state that how upset he was at the time when the neighborhood association originally made a letter of recommendation to get the zoning change. So it was something that, again, was kind of like asked last minute, and then people didn't really know. And so I feel like the letter was sent it was not really reflective of how maybe some residents feel. As a person that also owns a house built by them, and I can say that as a president, we have had I had so many complaints. I have my own about the way things were built and the materials that were used, and the lack of oversight that was with it was just like low quality materials and lack of oversight with the construction. So I would say that in that itself, I would not recommend allowing this appeal. And I also wanted to just say that, like, as both schools with City Garden and Lafayette Prep Academy, they have also had several different issues with the way things were built, including that flooding that happened in the school and fire codes that took extensions on timelines. So it's just been a lot of that with the neighborhood association as well. They have come to the neighborhood association in the past, but I believe at the time it was like in 2016 was the first time we maybe 16 or 17 have heard about the plans to do this building. So it has been quite some time on that. And I'm open to any questions.
Any board members have any questions? Okay. Is there anyone else here to testify in opposition to this appeal? All right, hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits. Certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of denial, meeting notice letter, City Journal public notice, photographs, Sanborn maps, memo from Planning and Urban Design, a letter of opposition with 4 photos dated July 1st, 2025 from Mark Levison, attorney with Lashley and Bear, PC, attorneys at law. Email from Owen Persley, letter in support of the March 28th, 2025 decision to deny AB-584512-25 from Joseph Higgins, Chief Financial Officer, Street and Company. Packet from Mark Levison, attorney with Lashley and Bear, PC, attorneys at law, and a letter of opposition from Alderwoman Alicia Sonnier. With that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. And this will now conclude our testimonial portion of the hearing. We are now going to head into deliberations. Thank you, Laura, for your service.
Anthony, I need we give about 5 minutes.
Sure.
Thanks.
We will take a 5-minute recess. It's 3:27. We will come back at 3:32. Okay, Mel, are you back? Not yet.
Sorry about that. Okay.
Okay. Let's start with appeal number 20583, 2906 Ohio Avenue.
I'm going to make a motion to table that for up to 90 days so they can meet with the neighborhood organization, alderperson, and possibly get together with the owner of the business on exactly what they want to do.
I'll second.
Okay. Motion moved by Mel, seconded by Joe. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All of those opposed? Motion carries. All right. Appeal number 11947, 4536 Evans Avenue.
I'm not in big favor of this. I just want to voice that I kind of feel like he needs to build the house.
I think he's got himself in a situation where he started out with something, found out he couldn't do it, but he's already committed to it. That's the problem, is what I see. And I hate to see him lose everything because of it, and I'm not happy with it, but
Just because they say they might doesn't mean that they will.
Well, he does have a rule from the LCRA or whatever about having to build something within 2 years. I don't know if that something has to be the house, but there is a time frame there, and if he doesn't, he loses the property, I guess.
He
Or
might.
they lien against it.
He might lose the property. It's not a guarantee.
It is not a guarantee. The LRA does have right of reentry after that time frame. So the possibility is obviously there, and it's stated in the contract.
But that's probably true with every LRA property, correct?
It is. It's true with every property. Yeah, I don't think there's testimony here to really warrant the garage before the house. I don't think there was anything in testimony that spoke to why we would
he even said what he needed for storage for the house. Like, where's everything going to be stored while you're doing the garage?
Right. Yeah.
Did make sense.
Yeah, I think all of that was flushed out in testimony that it's not a necessity to build the garage first.
I'll make a motion to uphold the building commissioner.
I'll second you.
Okay, motion made by Mona, seconded by Mel. All of those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion carries.
Let them go back to the LRA and say, look, I made a mistake. We need a little bit more time.
Sure. Okay. Appeal number 11948, 4570 Gibson Avenue.
I don't have a problem with this. We've made
Fine
that.
with it. I just had questions.
So go ahead, Mo.
No, Mona had a question.
Oh,
No, I had questions during testimony. I got them all answered. No.
I
Okay.
mean, we've made
So-
we've made exceptions for that 9 foot is, all the time because of that. I just think it's an outdated ordinance. So I would make a
Outdated
motion.
new ordinance.
I know,
Yeah,
that's why I'm
actually a new ordinance. So I'll mention something, Joe, while we were going through this. I actually got on and counted up brick and came up with basically 105 inches from the floor line to the top of the transom. It's 8 foot 9 inches, and based on the header that would be above, I think based on that, we're probably more like 10 foot ceiling height, not 12.
The fallacy I find in the code that we're trying to deal with, they should have made commercial 12 foot and residential 10 foot.
10
9
foot,
foot.
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
They wanted to get the extra height, but it was just a blanket. Everything has to be 12 foot, and it just doesn't make any sense.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I did.
So, well, that was my feeling. Then, did we vote on that motion, or did we get a
No,
second?
I just made a motion.
Mona made a motion. It has not been seconded yet.
Evan?
Evan, do you have something to say?
Nope. I was just saying we need a second.
I second it.
Okay.
Mel jumped on that one.
Okay.
Mona and Mel.
So motion made by Mona, seconded by Mel. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Definitely.
All of those opposed? Motion carries. Findings, Mona?
It won't be a detriment as it won't be a detriment. There you go. You're approved.
Okay. All right. And lastly, appeal number 11949, 4130 Park Avenue.
I'll make a motion to uphold the building commissioner.
Second.
Third.
Motion made by Joe, seconded by Mona, and I guess for good measure, no. All of those in favor?
Aye.
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 All of those opposed? Motion carries. Meeting minutes, Mr. Klitzing.
I have reviewed, and I will make a motion to approve.
Mr.
minutes
Chair,
Yes.
I believe we have one additional deliberation on the agenda this afternoon.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Did I?
Should have stopped.
I'm sorry.
Right. That deliberation, remind me of the address, Archer.
I'm sorry, one moment. I had minimized that.
Was it 6400? 6400 Oakland.
Oakland, yeah. 6400.
6400 Oakland.
Thank you.
Sorry.
That was my motion, if I recall correctly. And it needed to indicate that there would be a 10-foot brick masonry wall on the west.
Yeah.
Patio, the length of the patio. Is that right, Mark? Archer, isn't that what we were missing?
That condition was missing. So if that's what you want to move,
Yes.
Does it have to be brick?
Right, yeah, it needed to be a brick.
Masonry.
Dre had some information.
Also, if you want that wall to be built, revised plans will need to be brought in. So before that can happen, the applicant will need to bring in revised plans showing that wall. So when building inspectors go out, they'll see that on the plan.
Okay, and they need to revise the plans and show the wall on it and have it approved by the building commissioner. Thank you,
Does it
Dre.
You're welcome.
have to be brick, Mona, or can it be?
Yes.
So is that a motion to
Yes.
amend the decision?
Yes, ma'am.
So we have a motion to amend. Is there a second?
For some reason, I don't believe I was here, so I don't have enough information to second.
It's the bar at 6400
I mean,
Oakland.
that's what we all discussed at the time.
Yeah, I just think brick wall. I would rather see a masonry wall because
That's the same. That's what we're talking about.
No,
Masonry,
Well,
brick.
masonry can be a number of,
masonry could be
not
like the
just
stop
brick.
walls they have along the highway.
It's
Brick-
not along the highway. It's next to the building next
No, I
door.
said a masonry wall like they have along the highway for soundproofing. What I didn't say it was along the highway. I
Oh.
said a masonry wall could be like the ones they put on the highway. Brick is you're built up and I mean, I don't know if you can build a 10-foot wall all the way across with no supports in the other way. Where a masonry wall, they could put some type of supports and then put the masonry wall in there.
I can be okay with either one.
Okay.
So is the motion a
No.
10-foot brick
Masonry.
or masonry
Masonry.
wall?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay. Motion has been amended to include a 10-foot brick or masonry wall,
The length.
the length of the
The
patio.
patio.
I'll second.
Moved by Mona, seconded by Mel. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Regretfully, aye.
So then the motion fails.
No,
No, he
I
said,
voted
he
yes.
said aye.
Aye. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Regretfully, aye.
Okay.
I just don't see I wasn't at the meeting that day, I don't believe, because I didn't hear the pluses and minuses. I don't know why we need to have a fence.
There's an
10-foot
apartment.
high.
There's an apartment complex right next to it, Joe.
Oh, okay.
There's a bar, and they want to put a patio, and they were going to go 4 feet up to the apartment building.
Yeah.
And we said we want a sound wall between the apartment building and the bar patio.
And we moved them back from 4 feet off of the residential building to 10 feet. In
They
addition
were
to
right on the property line.
Yeah.
They were not being very good neighbors.
Okay. Sound walls like the highway, though, Mel, costs about $1 million a mile. So
How much is it
They
going to
can
cost?
do whatever they want
How
now.
much is it going to cost to put a brick wall? I said that's why you could do either way, brick or something like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because
Okay. So findings.
Won't be a detriment as conditioned.
Thank you.
now we get to the minutes, Joe.
Now minutes.
make a motion to approve the minutes for 7/2/25.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Joe, seconded by Mel. All of those in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries. Meeting minutes approved.
Are we here next week too?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Any new business, Mary?
Just
Evan?
one thing. Mona, this question is for you. Does this
Oh, Lord.
belong to you?
Yes, I've been looking for it.
I think you left it here when you came in for the small group meetings, so
Yes.
I'll drop it by your house afterwards.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I couldn't remember. where
Otherwise, I
lost
have
that at.
nothing new for the board. Well, just one question or just one comment. If I didn't thank you last week, I meant to thank all of you who came in and participated in the small group meetings with the consultants for the new zoning code. I think they found that to be very helpful. For any of you that didn't get to come, the consultants will be back in town. In September, we're going to be doing our public kickoff of the new zoning code that Wednesday after Labor Day. So that would be
Exciting.
yeah.
I'm so excited about
anyway,
all
if
of this.
there's
I really am.
anyone who didn't get an opportunity to meet with them this time and would like to meet with them when they come in September, just let us know and we'll set that up.
Mary, at that time, will they have kind of a sample or
No, that
No?
won't come till later. Yeah, they're
Okay.
still very much in the data collection phase, and what they're doing is they're analyzing all of the past variances and conditional uses that have been granted and looking for problems in the existing code that we want to avoid in the new code. So I don't think that they will have a draft of a code for us to look at, but that will come eventually.
I would like to see that. I would
Me
appreciate
too.
that. Yeah.
It's exciting.
It
I can't
is. It's
believe
very
it.
exciting. It's the best retirement present anyone could ever give me is a new zoning code right before I go out the door.
Okay. All right.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Wait, one more thing.
Just one more thing.
I just want to let you know, moving forward, we're going to send minutes to everybody. Joe, you'll still be kind of the point person, but that way everybody, it's something mentioned, Mona had mentioned previously, and we think that'll be helpful. So you will get it with your packets, but Joe, you'll still be kind of the point person. So
just do electronic.
7.
Mary, I enjoy having the power to actually void anybody by just saying no with one vote. But are we looking to get a 5th person on the board here?
Yes,
shortly?
they are actively accepting applications. We actually have 2 empty spots to fill, a full-time position on the board and then a alternate position. And so they are actively looking at people, and I have been in contact with the mayor's office. I do think that the tornado situation kind of put that on the back burner for a minute, but I do know that they're working on it.
Okay.
How about
I was
Kate?
just wondering.
Oh yeah, I know. I've been concerned too. So
I mean, if one of us has a bad day, nobody's going to get by.
Yeah.
So I always
Everybody.
prefer to have
I'm glad
5
we're
as
not
opposed to
still
4.
in the meeting. We shouldn't be saying that.
If somebody had a bad day and didn't show up, I mean, there'd be 3 of us. That there'd be a situation.
Yeah.
So,
Did
We would
somebody
not have a
second
quorum.
the motion to adjourn?
I said it once.
I have not heard a second.
Second.
Okay, great.
Moved by Joe, seconded by Mel. All those in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
Aye.
See you
Bye,
next
y'all.
week.
Meeting adjourned.
Bye. Thanks, everybody.
We'll build
Thank
your
you.
house.
Mary.
For your time and effort. Thank you.
Bye.